Will I receive a departure statement or an announcement for why I'm leaving if I sign an employment-related settlement agreement? I'm Richard Hiron, also known as the Hironator, and I'm an employment law solicitor. In answer to this question, no, not necessarily. So the reason for including a departure statement or an announcement in a settlement agreement actually relates to the circumstances surrounding your departure from the business. So to put this into context, if you have been with your employer for, let's say, 6 months in a junior role, it might not be necessary to communicate the circumstances of why you're leaving to your colleagues, suppliers, the wider community, anyone who essentially needs to know. And it is incredibly important to bear in mind that the announcement or the departure statement might need to be given to a wider community of people than just your colleagues. So that could potentially be quite embarrassing for you as well as for your employer. Let's take the situation where, by contrast, you have the CEO of the business. They're at the top of the chain. It arguably is not important how long they have actually been at the head of that chain. They could have been there 6 months as well, or they could have been there 6 years. It could be just the same impact either way. They might need to have that information, and the business might need to have that information communicated down the scale of the employees in the business and to the wider community as well. So in that case, an announcement or a departure statement arguably becomes more important because you're talking, yes, about the employee, but you're talking about the organizational and potentially community impact as well. So in summary, no, it's not always necessary to have an announcement or a departure statement written in within an employment-related settlement agreement. Sometimes it's important, sometimes it isn't, but it all comes down to the surrounding circumstances and making a decision based not only on your needs as the employee, but the needs of the organization as well. I hope that's answered the question, but in the meantime, if you're finding a settlement agreement hard, bring it to Richard.